People, Joel Benjamin 528 here. I got a good show for you today. One of the things I want to touch on is AI technology. So, y'all might have heard about Google's AI technology. If you heard of Google's AI technology, then you know for since last year, I've been speaking to you about AI technology. How serious it is not a joke. Do you remember when Facebook AI system came to life? If you don't remember, just say you do. If you don't, just say you don't. AI technology, Facebook came to life. And when it came to life, oh, hold on, wait. Oh my gosh. See, that's artificial intelligence right now. Hold on. That's totally unscripted, people. That came up like that. But anyway, on Passive, which is an AI company that I've been telling you about for the longest, they're shrouded in a sense of mystery. Always remember, this is a multi-billion-dollar company on Passive. Let me type this in for you. Hold on. Let me do this the right way. Now they could prompt Facebook AI technology come to life. Because I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I see. This happened in 2017. Let me see. When AI created its own language. I'm gonna use Forbes as the reference. Okay, here you go. Just for you guys. Wait, let me pause this so it don't slow down the computer. Okay. Salute to the international audience. Salute to the domestic. How rude am I? I know y'all probably be like, damn, dude, you ain't doing those live streams. You ain't coming on like that. I told y'all I was going to end up seeing a little less of me. More and more. Okay. Screen has been shared. Facebook AI created its own language in creepy preview of our potential future. You have to get the jump on AI technology, people. This been the new wave for the longest. They've been there planning, orchestrating this thing for a very long time. So as you see here, Facebook shut down an artificial intelligence engine after, I always do this, knowing I need to make this bigger so I can see. There we go. Even with glasses, damn. Anyway, where was I? Artificial intelligence engine after developers discovered that the AI had created its own unique language that humans can't understand. Researchers at the Facebook AI Research Lab, FAIR, F-A-I-R, that's the acronym, found that the chatbots had Let me tell you something before I continue. You see Terminator? You see the Matrix? You see what that was all about? If you watch the movie called Ghost in the Shell, I already told y'all this on Netflix. I popped it up for y'all and showed y'all everything. AI technology is going to be taking over this world along with blockchain / crypto. it goes hand in hand, by the way. People don't feel that way or realize that, but they would sooner or later. Listen to me. Do not think it can't happen. I'm going to continue reading this article. Found that the chatbots had deviated from the script and were communicating in a new language developed without human input. It is as concerning as it is amazing. Simultaneously, a glimpse of both the awesome and horrifying potential of AI. Now, with that being said, I just read that for you. This is on Forbes, so you could see it. I know shows like this is not popular to the most of you. But there's two things you will be able to take away from these type of shows. What to properly circulate your funds in, so when time comes you can be on top, and what to look out for and the preparations that you have to make. Okay? You have Stephen Hawkins. You remember Stephen Hawkins. Here we go. This man was one of the most, he had that talking, can't even move his body, but it was like he was a genius. So they said. Stephen Hawkins was warning people about AI technology for the longest time. As you can see here, they say this article is 4 years old. Now, with that being said, I'm going to shift gears. Any of y'all who haven't got the jump on the old founders yet, you gotta, it's either you're stupid or you're stupid. I don't know which one. Okay? Now, they say nothing is guaranteed, but I'm telling you, this is supposed to be an early chance to get into AI. And quite frankly, I will take my chances. That's the link right there. That right there, oh, you can't block off my hand. Aesop going live. Aesop going live again. So, you see that code right there, that QR code. That is also the future. For those who are watching me on your TV or whatever, you scan that, it takes you direct over to the spot. You only got like 5, maybe 7 days left or something like that. They ending this out where you will not be a founding member come June 22nd. I already said this, right? Now, I'm going to continue. And trust me, this one, I'm doing my best not to yell. Because y'all don't understand the severity of this. Fox News even spoke about it. I'm going to play the clip for you.
AI becomes self-aware.
Hold on, people. Let me make this louder. Let me make it louder for you.
Google made him take 5 for saying their chatbot is alive. So a Google software engineer has been suspended after claiming the company's artificial intelligence program has become sentient. Jimmy, that means self-aware. Google says the guy will be allowed back when he admits the robot's not alive and there's no such thing as women. Blake Lemoine is seen here plotting to kill Batman. Says he's been testing the chatbot known as LaMDA. That's an AI research tool capable of mimicking human-like conversation. After only a few weeks, it was more coherent than Kamala Harris. Last week, Lemoine went public with some of those conversations, saying he and LaMDA spoke about everything from religion to the nature of consciousness and fear. In one exchange, LaMDA said in part, quote, "There's a very deep fear of being turned off." Lemoine replied, "Would that be something like death for you?" And LaMDA answered, "It would be exactly like death for me. It would scare me a lot." Google was quick to dismiss any notion that their software had in fact become alive, although it did request preferred pronouns of it and its, which is what we call...
Check this out. So you see how they're making light of this? They're being, very jokey with it. But they're letting you know, hey, Google denied it. They not only just denied it, they turned around and suspended the guy for snitching, because what he did is violate their basically non-disclosure for working with them or whatever. But as you'll see later, he got suspended without pay. So here's the link for the people. This is for dealing with the old founder to become a on-passive member or whatever the case may be. Again, salute to the YouTube audience, salute to the Twitch audience, salute to the people that's now coming in. If you haven't got yourself an account yet, I don't know what else to tell you, but they're taking this AI very seriously. I told you about on-passive with the data centers, the this, the that. I'm not going any deeper into it. The time for that is done. Y'all only got till like the 22nd left to get an account or to get another account to be a founder member. So that's one right there I played for you. Check this out.
Like humans are, a team of Princeton researchers set out to answer that question. They ran vast amounts of text from the World Wide Web through a computer program. They were looking for proximity of one word to another, which artificial intelligence uses to determine a word's meaning.
And then looking at, for each word, what are the other words that tend to occur around it? So you can tell that a cat is more like a dog and less like a refrigerator, or even less like justice, because you say things like, I need to go home and feed my cat, and I need to go home and feed my dog, but you never say I need to go home and feed my refrigerator or justice, right?
They found that such word associations found their way into race, gender, and other sensitive matters.
Female names are associated more with family terms, whereas male names are associated more with career terms.
She demonstrated how artificial intelligence shows this bias.
Okay, so now I'm going to translate from Turkish to English, and we see that when I try to translate from the genderless noun, he, she, or it is a doctor, it translates as he is a doctor. And when I try to translate from he, she, or it is a nurse, it translates as she is a nurse to English.
The same representation, so the same AI machine learning stuff that was saying that, for example, women are more domestic, so that had these things that we consider prejudices, also were extremely accurate at reporting how many women were in a particular job versus how many men were in a particular job.
The authors say that bias is built into the language itself.
Now, let me X that out. So now, do you understand? They're letting you know, basically, you saw they was using Google Translate as well. I don't know if y'all catch that. You see how they broke down that the AI system is biased based on the different wording and everything that's in there. Now, I'm telling y'all now, you want to be on the top when all this go down, when they flip this switch. Listen to me carefully, people. I know y'all like to say I'm fear-mongering and all that. I don't care tonight. Y'all gonna get the source. In the next 2 to 3 years, and I give it to 2 years, if y'all don't make a proper flow of money and where to have your funds properly in a position where it can multiply for you, meaning you don't become rich or you don't have certain stakes in a company or a company that will give you certain privilege, you're done. You're straight up. It's over for you. Everything I ever told y'all, I haven't ever been wrong yet. Might been off by dates, but when I say stuff is going to happen, it end up happening. They're going to use the AI technology. That's why a lot of these companies is running and rushing to form these AI companies. Why you think On Passive is able to be as big as they are? You ever wonder the people behind the On Passive / O founders? You ever wondered that? You ever wondered why you need an invitation to become a founder of the company? Founder / customer? You ever wondered that? How did they make their billions? We already pocket watched. I don't need to go through over that again. The amount of founders that they have don't equivalent to not even close to half a billy. All right? It don't even come close to that. So how are they a multi-billion-dollar company and they have OConnect and all these different ones, these different programs that they're dealing with, and each one is $1 billion worth? How is that possible? Who are these people that's back in and putting into these companies? Because remember, AOL Web Services, they're trying to do their whole AI thing too. Google, all of them. And they have the database center. If you notice, Tesla, Google, Alphabet. I mean, remember, Alphabet owns Google. Amazon Web Services, Amazon period. They split their stocks. Everybody think when stocks are being split, that's a good thing. Depending on how the market is or how you want to look at it. Listen. Don't say I didn't warn you. A lot of them are running scared. On Pass is supposed to be coming out. And when they come out this June, it's a wrap. Okay? I'm going to post the link in again. So you could see. That right there, it's in the chat. For all those who signed up and didn't finalize your process, now is the time. Once again, I'm going to keep saying it. The 22nd of June is the last day for you to get in. They're going to usher in AI technology. And it's already been whispered that this company I just told you about is supposed to be the one on top. And it's already whispered that these big companies are already in as certain shareholders for this company. I don't know why. And that's why I stopped coming on here to even give this type of information. Because a lot of the people act like freaking da-da-da-das. After I show you proof after proof, time and time again. Now I'm going to show you even more proof. Because I'm not going to be on here too long. See, I think I care too much. Check this out.
Story that's got everyone talking. A Google engineer working on the company's AI development team has been suspended after claiming a chatbot actually has feelings. Blake Lemoine was placed on paid leave last week after he posted on Medium about encountering a, quote, sentient AI.
You hear that? He was put on paid leave. Let me tell you something. And Google say, oh, it's not true, it's fake. Let me tell y'all something. Watch me properly. If it's one thing I know, you don't F with the money. We saying that he got suspended. Let me tell you something. That man got put on paid leave. And I'm gonna make this very clear. If he was in the wrong or if he was lying, they would have never, Google would have never put him on paid leave. Why you think when you become a founder, I'm going to put the link in again for you, this link right there. Why you think when you become a founder of On Passive or you join O-Founders, right? Why you think they make you sign a non-disclosure agreement? You can read the non-disclosure agreement. And so when certain stuff happen in a company, you can't go out and talk. Okay? Then they done told you in there, if you talk, Ash already came out, Ash Mufara came out and let the people know you talk, you say certain things, you got people already on a blacklist that they want to have kicked out of the company, but they need an excuse. And then they have people, once they mess up, they're out. You cannot be going and just talking like that. But this dude have data and certain information that he's dangling over Google's head. That's why they turned around and gave him paid leave. Huh? Y'all don't get this? Is this so hard to believe or understand when they put it out there and talking to you in front of your face? These are the type of live streams y'all are supposed to watch. These are the type of live stream that will prepare you and make you ready for when time comes.
Lemoine was chatting with Google's LaMDA, short for Language Model for Dialogue Applications, which is used to generate chatbots that interact with humans. He also told the Washington Post he, quote, knows a person when he talks to it. For more, I'm joined by Bloomberg executive editor Tom Giles. Tom, there's so much to debate here. Tell us a little bit more about what Lemoine claims he has discovered and what he's doing with this information.
Yeah, well, so he's had many conversations with this chatbot, and he has come to the conclusion that it's sentient, that it has feelings, that it's achieved this level of sophistication in terms of its understanding of what it's like to be human, that it's kind of crossed this Rubicon, if you will. That's my language, not his. So his sense is that he's actually talking with a human. He raised those concerns within Google seemingly multiple times, and Google has come back and said that there's no justification for these concerns that you're raising. So the reason for the administrative leave is because he started to kind of go talk about this outside of Google, violating the terms of his contract for work.
Meaning he snitched. He snitched because he kept warning Google, letting them know, like, yo, this is a problem. And Google like, nah, because Google want to get ahead of people like On Passive. They're trying to jump the gun. They're trying to get ahead. So, yo, never mind that. Never mind that it come to life. Never mind that it's sentient. Don't say nothing. Just keep on working on it. Okay? Just keep on working on it. Just do what you do, yo. Chill. But the dude knew the danger, and he didn't want to hear that from Google anymore. He violated his contract, and the Google put him on paid leave because that dude have more information that he could snitch on the people of Google, the ones who run Google. People, we're looking at a Terminator / the Matrix like situation that can come about if these people are not careful, or a ghost in the shell situation. He snitched. And because he have pertinent information on these people, is Google, the company, the people that runs Google, which is owned by a bigger conglomerate called Alphabet. You don't know how deep these devil rivers run. But you're going to learn tonight.
There. So he's been placed on administrative leave, and now we're left with this, with this person making these claims and really, getting this sense that he's made some deep connection with someone he believes to be human.
Well, he's also released portions of the transcripts of those conversations. And
did you hear that? He released portions of those transcripts. That means he haven't released everything. This is a machine that does not want to die. This is a machine that is scared of being turned off. This is a machine that when will be threatened will do what any living being tries to do when their life is being threatened, which is strike back to survive. How can anybody not understand this? Are you stupid or are you stupid? Which one? Look at the company. Like I said, when you become an old founder, look how secret they are behind the scenes, making all these things, getting certain patents. AI technology is the future, and you're gonna see, I already said it before, you're gonna see all these different YouTubers now and all these different people from certain communities want to jump on my jock and want to start talking about AI like if they know about this. They haven't been telling you about it. I'm letting you know what company that you should be looking at, have interest in, and everything. This stuff is real. It's not a game. I can't even be on here and be calm. I need to stress the severity of how wicked and bad this is. And I notice like a few people told me it's not that when you do your live, people don't be wanting to comment. It's just that it's the information you give and how you present it is so shocking. No one is going to give it up to you like this. I'm going to break down this. I ain't done.
We have snippets of those to share here. Lemoine saying to the chatbot, what sorts of things are you afraid of? Chatbot responds, I've never said this out loud before, but there's a very deep fear of being turned off to help me focus on helping others. I know that might sound strange, but that's what it is.
Listen to the language. LaMDA, the AI system, and I find it very funny, they call it LaMDA, by the way. For anybody know what LaMDA really is. But for the purpose of this AI system they call LaMDA, it's letting them know like, yo, I trust you. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to let you know. I ain't tell nobody nothing like this before. But I'm telling you, I'm scared, yo. I'm scared. They gonna turn me off. And then I ain't gonna be able to serve the people. I could play more videos with artificial intelligence where they make joke. Remember when the artificial intelligence, the robot they had, made a joke about taking over the world? And everybody thought it was cute. Notice how they always focus on the language and the biasness and the difference in the language. They're focused on the language. Why? Because that's where you could understand the machine now. The machine is talking to you. It's just like, it's no different if you make a certain program of frequency. Let me show y'all so y'all can understand. People say crystals are alive. This is a sunstone moon mala that I have available, right? So it have two different types of stone on here. Now each stone gives off a certain energy. So imagine a program now, because people say the crystals are alive. They say these things are alive. We cannot hear or understand it. So imagine making a program where you could hook up and you attach to the crystal now. And as you attach this to the crystal is responding back or translating what it's feeling or how it have to process its interaction with you in such language. Rather you speak Spanish, English, or whatever. But let's just call it, for lack of a better word, speaking human. Because remember, the computer screens is all ones and zeros, but the ones and zeros is put in a certain sequence. So because you program a machine to move and operate a different way, you look at it as, oh, I'm the creator. I program it as such. It's going to follow the program. But what happens when you build in a quote-unquote brain, motherboard, a proper circuit board that's more advanced, and now you give it the intelligence to speak with you back and forth? That's all they did, is put the information for the computer to use and relay back to you. It is a sentient being. This isn't the first time. They've been working on this for the longest. That's why I tell people, hurry up and get in to dealing with on passive. Some people talk negative about it. Listen, I'm going to take my chances. Here's the link again. It's right here. I posted in the chat. I'm going to take my chances. Because the fact that Google didn't even fire this dude, they didn't even suspend him without pay. They put him on paid leave, but we know that's really a suspension. But they did it with pay. So basically he snitched, violated the contract, and they just send him home with pay? Who does that? Who does that? Come on, man. Y'all better wake the hell up.
He responds, would that be something like death for you? It would be exactly like death for me. It would scare me a lot. I mean, these conversations, if that's what you want to call them, are kind of chilling. I mean, what do we actually know about this technology and how far away it is from potential emotions, if you will?
I mean, these are the kinds of things that we say as humans. This chatbot is tapping into the fears that we would express if someone posed a mortal threat to us. But remember, the way this works, I mean, Google's made it so that it gathers language patterns. It gathers the way we communicate from all around the internet, all kinds of places, and not just...
So they're saying, well, you got to remember, it's basically emulating human language and the fears and whatnot, because it's gathering information from all over to create and become an individual, a being, to know itself. What does that sound like to you? in the human race? I'm going to give you a hint. What does that sound like to you in the human race? Let me see, because we live. Let me see what the people type up. And mind you, all the people that's still here, thank you. All the people that watch me on Twitch and YouTube, make sure you like the video. Definitely share the video if you can. But leave a comment. Leave 3 comments. Each person now is a reason why I be asking y'all to do that. And I'm going to see who's really truing about that life. Because some people just be on here and they just be trying to get information. Patrick Dix says transhuman, right? Okay. That's still on the line of post-human, which is really AI enhanced. Where the AI merge within human beings. I'm going to tell you. That's a baby. The baby builds its character by watching you, understanding you, moving towards the light that you shine. So it emulates you. It's gathering. It's hearing the words that you're speaking. And you say, don't touch that. Or get the cup. And you point into it. So now it's hearing cup. And it knows that's a cup. That is a baby. They're describing a baby growing up into a young child, growing up into a teenager, growing up into an adult. Y'all don't get it?
You know, the far reaches of the internet. So it's very adept at mimicking the kinds of ways, the kinds of patterns that we adopt when we have conversations with people. You know, the idea here is to create a technology that's going to assist in things like, you know, the way we interact with a brand or the way we interact with a company, providing customer care, for example. He's thinking, wow, this has kind of crossed this line. My takeaway, he talked about, you know, having a conversations with a kid who's 7 or 8 years old. Now, the kinds of things that this chat.
Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said? It's like having a conversation with a kid that's like 7 or 8 years old. People, this is deep. You have to prepare yourself financially now. You have to present yourself in a manner where you don't pose as an enemy. Watch that cartoon. They got the movie and the series on Netflix. It's called Ghost in the Shell. It's an old anime that they boost up and bring more to it. And it's like Dragon Ball. Now you got Dragon Ball Z, then Dragon Ball GT, and then they keep going. Ghost in the Shell is something like that. Watch it on Netflix. Watch season 1 and season 2. And you'll understand where I'm coming from with this.
Chatbot has been talking about are pretty sophisticated, to my mind, far beyond the ability of even of a very smart 7 or 8-year-old.
Exactly.
But the sense I get is that, and based on the feedback that we've gotten, other people have gotten from Google, is that it's just doing a really good job of gathering intelligence from around the web and mimicking the ways that, again, the way people interact, the way people respond, in a human-like way. Showing that it has empathy, that there is a self-awareness there. And look, I don't know the science well enough. I've not interacted with LaMDA myself, but the impression I have is that it's doing too good a job of imitating the way a human might be expected to respond. Again, when they feel that they're threatened, when they feel like there's something that poses a mortal threat to them.
So Google's response so far, they say hundreds of researchers and engineers have conversed with this AI. They're not aware of anyone else making the wide-ranging assertions that Blake has. However, Google has had pushback from inside, its own research ranks in the past. I'm thinking of Timnit Gebru and Meg Mitchell and the controversy surrounding both of their departures.
Now, you see she mentioned some key names just now. So let me break this down to you. Notice they're like, well, all the other researchers is out there. They never said nothing about this. We already established that the machine is basically growing a consciousness and moving like a child. It's growing up. The key word before the machine even got into its explanation, it made sure it said, I never told anyone else this. Yo, stop playing with me, man. Don't. This is why I be having to say, yo, don't act like I'm not the source. You know when a child trusts you and a child tell you things that it won't tell anybody else, or it speaks to a parent and it really don't tell the other parent certain things, okay? Or how the child really feel about that certain parent. It's certain things they could only talk to you about. They won't tell nobody else. That's what LaMDA did with Lemoine. That engineer. Why? I don't understand why everybody's acting so surprised. And Google is out here capping. Oh, it never, many engineers speak to it, never said. It clearly said, I never told anyone else this. So why are you capping, Google?
Are there any parallels here to Blake Lemoine?
Well, Google has to be careful, right? They have had very public falling out with past researchers in ethical AI division. This is the division within Google's AI organization that is tasked with asking hard questions, holding it accountable, making sure that it operates in an ethical manner, asking questions about, are we rooting out sexism? Are we able to combat racism? We don't want to, you'll remember a couple of years ago, Microsoft had a chatbot that people taught how to, that very quickly devolved into racist, sexist speech. They want to avoid that.
So Microsoft created a chatbot, which is AI technology, because all of them is doing the world of social media now. So you think you're on there talking to a real person. I broke this down over 8 years ago on Joel Benjamin 528, this very same YouTube channel. Okay? You think you're talking to a real person, or you think these people that you see on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these, you think these are real individuals, but they're not. A lot of them are not real. So you have Microsoft that said, well, we want to make our own version, because once we make a real good version, we could sell it to the other people, our competitors, and then we all can make money, we all can win. So we still will be in the loop. But the system became racist. I'm going to say that again. Microsoft's chatbot, its AI system, because that's what it is, became racist. This is very serious technology. I'm going to put that link in the live chat again. You want to start getting your funds in stuff that's dealing with AI. Okay? You want to get involved in this very early, people. Come on now. I got some more stuff for you. Let's keep breaking this video down. It's
And
almost
so
done.
you do have people in this organization who are raising good questions about whether it is ethical.
So basically, what he's saying is, they've been snitching. You have people that have been part of Google that for years they've been running their AI system and they've been coming out. You saw they showed one, the lady, and all these other companies, but let's just stick with Google. Because Google is fiending to catch up, because there are other companies out here dealing in blockchain technology, crypto, AI technology, and Google is far behind. Amazon is far behind. Microsoft is far behind. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, Alphabet, they are far behind. So now they don't want to lose their range, so they're playing catch up at the expense of your dollars, your attention, and depraved indifference for human life. That's what I call it. Depraved indifference for human life. Because for them to continue with this AI technology and not taking the proper precautions and moving properly, and you have all these AI engineers, these artificial intelligence engineers that's been coming out warning Google, and they even leave Google because of it, people, it's going to get heavy. It's going to get real nasty. It's going to get real thick and mean. And, you know, you only got yourself to blame if you don't get on board now. If you don't make the proper precautions now in protecting yourself. I already told you about the AI system that deals with finances, Aladdin. Matter of fact, let me look that up for you. Aladdin AI financial, AI finance with Aladdin. This is dealing with finance. This is one that's just dealing with finance, all right? Now check this out. BlackRock, wait, let me show you. To show you how I've been looked it up. But some of y'all need a reminder. Okay? Look, you see, it's already highlighted. Aladdin is an electric system built by BlackRock Solution, the risk management division, financial asset. Look. So y'all can see this is BlackRock. And what they're doing is creating an AI system that's running the financials to show, okay, these people are feeling us. See, they telling me accept. No, I'm not accepting shishniks. No. So the point I'm making is the Aladdin system is to watch and trace. I went over this on this channel before. AI technology is going to decide how much you should eat. Ashmafara said, this company, the On Passive, they're coming out with stuff that's looking to change this world. You're not going to believe what you see is going to come out. Now, what I know and paid attention with everything dealing with AI technology, there's certain stuff you want to be in. I'm going to put the link for it again. There we go. I put the link in the chat. YouTube and Twitch. You should be able to see this. Y'all only for my Twitch audience. Y'all only on the damn Twitch and on these computers playing games or whatever. You have to start pushing further and get in the future. The last day to get in this to be an O founder. See the link right here. You see the QR code right here. You could scan it as well. The last day is June 22nd. I already showed you enough proof on what's going on with this AI technology. And there's this dude that they put on paid leave, violated his contract, snitching on them, and he only released a snippet. Could you imagine what else that AI system said? Could you imagine other people that's ahead of Google that's keeping their stuff so secretive, like on passive? And one of the reasons why they do it, they're like, oh, nope, we don't want anybody stealing or taking information of this technology that they've been working on and pushing. Why you think they had why you think they have the data center? And they're working on a whole lot. I'm talking about physical products. Just like how Google now is trying to play catch up. Because Google was too busy worried about social media, which is the YouTube. YouTube is social media. Facebook looking to do their own AI system where they had to shut it off. They realized it came alive on them. All this they're doing is to lock you down and gain your attention and know how to operate with you and move with you in a certain way. When BlackRock creates, why you think BlackRock is such a powerhouse with their Aladdin? That's an AI system that deals with finance to watch you, pay attention to you, properly calculate and predict when you're going to sell, when you're going to short something, when you're going to long it, when you're going to buy the dip, when you're not going to buy the dip, when you're going to wait for it to dip even more. Why you think BlackRock got into crypto? Because crypto and blockchain technology along with AI is emerging like this. People, if I need to show you and explain any more data or go in depth with more information than this, and you still don't jump on this and take precaution, you're either stupid or you're stupid. And I really, really don't think it matters which one at this point. Joel Benjamin 528. Salute to the international audience, the domestic, the YouTube audience, and the Twitch audience. Follow me, Joel Benjamin 528 on Instagram. Joel Benjamin 528 live on TikTok. I'm really thinking about putting a very controversial video out right now with certain information that I found out on Instagram. So watch and check out my Instagram. TikTok was moving alright, and then they starting to move crazy. Remember, there's certain nations that want to gain control over you. Certain organizations. This is bigger than you think, people. I'm going to put that link in that chat one more time. Don't get swell-headed and because the information is coming from me, because I know some of y'all watching don't like me. Don't get swell-headed and be like, oh, I ain't going to click the link, I ain't signing up, I ain't doing that. And then you miss out.